Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be one that I've never actually seen on YouTube before. I thought I would bring this video to the world of YouTube, and this is my admitting my parent fails, or they're sort of like fails, I guess, or the things that I am doing that I said I probably would never do before I had children. And I know, I'm only young. I know exactly what it's like to look at a parent who's letting their kid do something and be like, I'm never gonna do that. So I thought that I'd bring this tag to YouTube, and there's no questions as such. It's just more of a admitting our parent fails and laughing together at some of the things that we thought we would never do. So if you guys are new to my channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button down below and the like button if you enjoy this video. Don't forget to share this video with your mummy friends, and also leave any comments down below of what your parent fails are, because I thought that this would be quite funny for us all to laugh at all the things that we do that we said we never would. So the first one is and this is one that you can get judged about so much, or it's so okay. Like, some people are totally fine with it, some people aren't. But I said I would never give my child a dummy or a pacifier, depending on where you are. And people, you know, a lot of people don't give their children pacifiers. I did. He still has a pacifier, and he is 15 months old. So, you know, we're going to take it away by the time he's probably about 2. But that's apparently like a fail. And even like the midwives and stuff at the hospital, it's like, oh no, don't give them a pacifier, don't give them a dummy. I give my son a dummy. He had reflux and he loves it when he's teething. The next thing I never said I would do, but I do, is I let my baby sleep in my bed. Not every night, not all the time, but I do. I let him sleep with me in bed sometimes. I let him come into bed in the middle of the night if he's upset or crying. I let him nap in bed with me if I'm really tired and he's really tired and we'll just have a nap. Like, I let him in bed with me, so what? The next thing I said that I never do is give him any sort of like sugar or processed foods or like jar foods. And let me tell you, when you were a mum, you were so busy. Like, sometimes you do not have time to even think about eating yourself, let alone feeding this little human. Lachlan does have sugar on occasion. I don't give him lollies, juice, sweets, that sort of stuff. But like, my mother-in-law makes him little mini cupcakes, and he absolutely loves those. And those would have sugar in them, and he loves them. Like, I'm not gonna withhold him from sugar. I feel like that's really bad for him, because he won't learn control. And of course, I let him have those things. You know, he doesn't have juice because he doesn't like juice. And other sweets, he's just not a sweet person. He just doesn't like that much. But I was always like, oh, I would never give him processed foods or all that crap. And it's like, you know, I've bought him jars of food and everyone's always like, ew, baby food jars, yuck. And it's like, if I'm out and he needs to eat, I'm gonna give him food. And if that food happens to come from a jar, I buy the most natural one I can, and I'll just be done with it. And the next one is let him watch TV or my iPad or my phone. I've seen parents do this out and about. Like, obviously TV at home, you get judged for that. It's, you know, they should have no screen time under 2. And then it's also like, I'll let him watch my phone in the car or an iPad or whatever in the car, or if we're out shopping and he's having an absolute meltdown because he's not feeling well or whatever and I need to get stuff done, I will let him watch like a show or something like that on my phone. And I never thought I would do this, but I do. I do let him do this. I let him watch his iPad, my iPad I should say, in the car. It's not his. I don't let him have his own iPad, but he watches mine in the car. He just watches like ABC Kids. And this is a total parent fail. You know, it's something that people judge you for. I have friends who don't have children that go on about how, you know, you should never let your kids watch, you know, iPads, or how rude it is, and how, you know, why can't you control your children, blah 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 blah. And you know, to an extent, at, you know, above 5 or 6, when you can talk to them and they understand a lot more. But you know, if you've got a toddler that's screaming and you need to get stuff done, then you do what you have to do. This is one that, again, I never thought I would do, which is buy a playpen or baby jail, is what I call it. If you guys watch my vlogs, you will have seen our playpen. I might even insert a bit of footage of it here. But We have playpen or baby gel, which was great when he was crawling because he'd get into things. Now he's walking, we generally leave the door open. He can go in and out as he pleases. But if I need to put him in there because I have to go into the car or I have to cook dinner and I don't want him in the kitchen because he can touch the oven or the microwave or the stove, and while I can try and teach him hot and that sort of stuff, you know, he's still only 15 months. He doesn't quite understand. I never thought I'd get baby gel, but praise baby gel. The next thing is, when I was pregnant, I was like, oh, I'm always going to put him in the cute little outfits and little jeans and tops and jumpers and shirts and look, now that he's older, I do put him in cute little outfits and stuff, but I am more than happy to let him leave the house in a onesie, and I never thought I would be that way. If you are in a hurry, if you are just having a chill day, if you just can't be bothered fighting them into some clothes when they're having a bad day, I am all for a onesie. And now he wears a onesie with his shoes, like he toddles around in it. You put a jumper on the top of it, nobody knows the difference. I never thought I would be that person that buys my child so many toys and books and clothes. Like, I pretty much, every time we leave and I go shopping to get things, I always end up coming back with something for Lachlan. I always come back with clothes or a book for him or a toy for him. Like, it's ridiculous, but you can't help it. Like, especially if they really love something, or like, I love buying him books because he loves books and they're so much good for him for reading, and so I'm happy to buy him a book. But I never thought I'd be that way, and people say you're spoiling your children, they have too much, you know, it's a fail. I don't think so. He knows how to leave a store without buying something. He knows how to ride on toys and trains and that sort of stuff without, you know, needing to buy things. You know, I've got that. He doesn't chuck a tantrum. It's just, I'll buy something sometimes because I think he'll like it. Bribing your child with food. And now this could be bribing your child with other things as well, but I generally use food. Which is, you know, Lachlan, you want a biscuit, which is like a teething cracker, or you want chippies, or you want some water, you want some juice, not juice. Do you want some water, you want some drink, are you hungry? Those, you know, those food hints to him. If I really want him to stop doing something, or I really want him to follow me somewhere, or distract him from somewhere, divert him if he's having a tantrum, because, you know, toddlers have tantrums, you know, generally saying something like, you know, are you hungry? Would you like some lunch? That works as a treat. And I know that is considering bribing my child, and I know that some people do that with toys or TV or, you know, Santa. But you know what? Sometimes whatever makes your life easier is what works. As he gets older, I won't have to do that as much because I can talk to him when he's throwing tantrums. But right now, I'm all about the distraction method. He can't understand anything else. There's no such thing really for as much as punishment. It's just the distraction method and letting him, you know that things are naughty. The next thing is giving into toddler tantrums. Now, this is not exactly as it sounds. You know, if he's throwing a tantrum over something ridiculous, I will not give in. I'll let him have his tantrum and then he gets over it. But like, you know, we're out in public or something and he is throwing a bit of a tantrum and I need to get him away from the situation, then sometimes I will use those bribery tricks to do it. Sometimes I will sort of give in and be like, here, hold this. You know, I might not necessarily give in as such, but I will try and use more distraction methods and I guess bribery to get him to stop. At home, if he's throwing a tantrum, he can throw his tantrum, all for it. But in public places, you know, nobody else, the people around me did not choose to have a toddler throwing a tantrum. And while I didn't choose to have a tantrum, I did choose to have a child, and I know that that comes with tantrums sometimes. And so sometimes I'm just trying to make someone else's life easier than mine. The last one is pay for rides at like the shopping center. So, you know, like the little car rides or the Wiggles rides, the Thomas rides, the bus rides, they're like the little machines at the shopping center where you put them in, you pay $2 or $3 and then they ride it. I don't pay too much for these. Generally his grandparents are the ones that actually put out for this. But But it's worth mentioning that I have paid for a couple rides for him, and I never thought I would, and in fact I didn't have any intention to. It just, on occasion I will pay for those rides to make his life a little bit better. So and the last parent fail that I don't even have written down here is sometimes I let him have, you know, fried foods. We don't eat out takeaway very much, but when we do, he eats what we have. I do try and add, you know, vegetables to it as well, give him a bit more of a mix. But if we go out for lunch and his grandma wants to buy him a bowl of chips, I'm not gonna fight that. Like, that's what she wants to do, that's what he's happy to eat. I will try and give him vegetables off my plate or whatever, but it's a parent fail, it's a guilty thing. But you know what, he's happy, he's healthy, he's a great little boy, and he will eat his vegetables. So, you know, whatever works. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know, like I said, your comments down below on what your parent fails are. I would love to know, and also share this video with your mommy friends if they've got parent fails that they might agree with in this video. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in my next Vlune. Bye!